Hey there everyone, AtheistAnime here. Following video is, while I was recording it, turns out Cameron didn't want to agree with me. And I tried about 5 times and today, no visuals of me, of my amazing face. So sorry about that, like I said. My iPhone camera was not agreeing with me today, so should hopefully be getting it working by tomorrow, so enjoy the video. Hello everyone, I am AtheistAnime and welcome back to the week of Bleach. Today we're reviewing episode 9, The Unbeatable Enemy. Roll the intro. So the episode begins with a bit of like I guess a tiny recap of last time, but it's just Yuzu and Karin continuing to be attacked by this hollow. Ichigo arrives and cuts the tentacle that's holding Yuzu and saves her. The hollow picks up Karin from the floor and is like, "Oh, you've arrived, Soul Reaper. I've been waiting for you. You may have gotten rid of one of my hostages, but one will be just enough for what I want to do with you." This is when Rukia and Saido arrive, and Rukia reveals, "Oh, it's Grand Fisher. We've been hunting this hollow for the past 50 years. He's been doing some pretty evil stuff. He's been hunting souls for the past 50 years, and he always seems to have like a preference for women." This is when Ichigo realizes, "Oh, you killed my mum. I should better kill you, shouldn't I?" This is when Ichigo sees the girl from the canal and realizes, "Oh, yeah, it was definitely you then. You were the one who killed my mum. You bastard." Ichigo goes to attack Grand Fisher, but Grand Fisher is able to dodge the attack and engulfs Ichigo in his hair. Weird. Rukia tries to help Ichigo by using Bakudo number 9, Geki, which it starts kind of like paralyze Grand Fisher, I guess, but Grand Fisher is able to resist it and uses his hair to like smash Rukia against one of the gravestones, kind of knocking her out of the fight temporarily. This is when Saido decides he's going to jump in. He goes in and cuts Grand Fisher's arm, cutting Karin free, and Ichigo takes this opportunity to cut his way out of Grand Fisher's hair. Ichigo continues to try and attack Grand Fisher, but Grand Fisher's having none of that and goes to attack Karin. Ichigo is nowhere near fast enough to save her in time, but Saido surprisingly jumps into the way himself, taking quite sort of stab wounds to chest and shoulders and such in his stomach. Ichigo's like, "Saido, why the hell did you do that?" And Saido's like, "Oh, it's a Soul Reaper's job. We have to protect innocent souls. Because it's not just the soul we're protecting their family, their family's feelings. The loss of a person is the greatest pain to ever have." And then he collapses to the ground. Ichigo's like, "Oh my god, Ruki's going to be okay. Like, Soul Reapers can't die, can they?" And Rukia reveals that although they're not immortal, if the wounds are severe enough, but she's not able to finish her sentence because they notice that Saido's sleeping. And Ichigo's like, "Oh, he's bloody sleeping, the lazy ass." Ichigo then goes off to fight Fisher, and Rukia says, "Oh, let me help you, Ichigo." And Ichigo's like, "No, this is my fight. I have to be the one to kill him. Stay out of this, Rukia." This is when Koen arrives and Rukia tells him to, just get Ichigo's sisters out of here. Just do that. That's your job right now. Yeah, that's what Koen becomes in this series. He doesn't really he gets to the point where he can't do anything. He's meant to be like this ultra badass mod soul, but then he just gets reduced to nothing. And this is we get a bit of a shot of Koen like resting Yuzu and Karin onto the floor underneath this shrine with Ishin, and he kind of like complains about how it's so difficult to act like Ichigo, like acting all angry and like brooding all the time, like Ichigo is. We move back to the fight with Ichigo and Grand Fisher, and Grand Fisher is clearly like outpacing Ichigo. He's clearly out of Ichigo's league, but Ichigo just continues to try and fight him. They eventually reach a clearing where Ichigo still continues to try and fight him, but Grand Fisher's like, "Oh, you're too slow. Like, there's no way you can possibly defeat me, weak little Soul Reaper." Ichigo then strengthens his resolve, realizing like he goes, "Oh, it's my job. I'm Soul Reaper. I have to protect the innocent, all that kind of stuff. I have to avenge my mother." And he charges right at Grand Fisher with his sword, but Grand Fisher dodges and goes to attack Ichigo with his claws. But Ichigo is initially able to block the attack, but then Fisher just extends his claws right into Ichigo's chest, which is where we get to the halfway point of the episode. And the next half does begin with Ichigo kind of being quite critically injured, having multiple puncture wounds to the chest is going to do that to you. and he collapses to the ground. Fisher continues going on berating Ichigo for how just weak he is, saying that, oh, physical strength is never going to be enough to defeat someone. Rukia arrives like, oh, Ichigo, let me help you, running towards him. And Ichigo's like, no, don't help me. I can do this on my own. He tries to get up to continue fighting Grand Fisher, but then Grand Fisher uses his lure, the thing that was like holding the girl from before, which that's probably he uses that to, like, you know, distract people, use them to fall into traps. But he uses it to show Ichigo's mother. Of course, Ichigo's like, because, you know, like, and Fisher's like, oh, can you kill your own mother? Like, can you hurt your own mother? Can you cut through her? Grand Fisher goes on to explain that no matter how cold-hearted someone is, no matter how evil a Soul Reaper is or something like that, no matter how, like, no matter the person, there's always one person that person will never be able to kill, no matter what. Debatable, but sure, for the scenario here, it's kind of true. Ichigo's probably not going to be able to kill his own mother. Rukia does try to help Ichigo again, but she has a bit of a flashback to, I guess, her previous days Soul Reapering, where she remembers this is the advice that this other Soul Reaper, like this white robe, gave to her. That there are two types of battles. One where to protect others and the friends and to protect other people basically, and one to protect your own honor. And it's very difficult to differentiate between the two, but it's crucial that you do. Basically, it's just a stupid reason to get Rukia out of the fight. I guess I can kind of see it like, oh, the whole honor, though Japan's all about honor and stuff like that. So sure, why not? Ichigo has again tried to attack Grand Fisher, but Grand Fisher just moves Ichigo's mother's body into it. I'm trying to remember if we know her name yet. I'm fairly certain in the first episode we got her name was Masaki, so yeah. Even if that is a bit of a spoiler, who cares? It's just a bloody name. So I'll be calling her Masaki because I'm saying Ichigo's mother's dead body is going to be kind of difficult after a certain point. So he moves Masaki's body into the way, and Ichigo kind of stops in his tracks, not being able to do anything. And Fish takes his chance to stab Ichigo through the shoulder, you know, injuring him yet again. Grand Fish then goes to try and finish off Ichigo, but then Masaki's body just erupts into electricity and like light and such. Saido then explains that what they're seeing at the moment, like this whole kind of visiony kind of thing, it's not real. It's not actually his Masaki's actual like body. These are the last thoughts she had when she died. And these thoughts like, oh, how about how much she loved Ichigo, how proud she is of him, and that then this gives Ichigo the motivation to finally get up and like he pulls out the tentacles in like the spike that's inside of him, and then rushes forward and stabs a Grand Fisher in the shoulder. We get a bit of a shot of Orihime like leaving Tatsuki's house and having that inner thoughts just happened in two episodes ago, like the rain and such. Weird. I guess yeah, just trying to build relationships and stuff like that, but sure. Emotional moments. And we go back to Ichigo and Fisher, where Grand Fisher's like, oh crap, you've actually kind of seriously hurt me here, and he makes his escape, saying, oh, I'll get you, Ichigo. You know, the whole, oh, we haven't seen the last of me. Yeah, I feel like we haven't seen the last of him, but I get this eerie feeling that his next contribution is going to be kind of pointless. That's that feeling I have. I'm sure he'll play a major role in the series later on. Ichigo is really enraged by the fact that he couldn't kill Grand Fisher or avenge his mother, but eventually he does kind of just collapse from exhaustion and due to his injuries. Saido's like, wow, this kid's kind of scary, he's got quite a lot of potential. But I guess I'm going to make my leave now. Just be careful, Rukia. You know that Soul Society is going to figure out that, you know, figure all this out right, you know. And then he makes his leave, you know, materialising his hat out of nowhere. We go back to Ichigo, who's now back in his body, standing in front of Masaki's grave, just kind of thinking to himself, just like, oh, how he'll avenge her and how all that kind of stuff. Ishin arrives and he kind of like pulls out a cigarette and kind of starts to smoke it. Ichigo's like, oh, didn't you quit, Dad? And Ishin reveals, I'm kind of wondering why Ichigo doesn't know this already, but basically Ishin explains that the first compliment that Masaki really ever gave to Ishin was the fact that he looked cool when he was smoking. And so in memory of that, once a day, on the day of Masaki's death, he smokes a cigarette at her grave, you know, because again, that's the first compliment I've got, it's a good memory of her. Ichigo hates the fact that no one is blaming him for the fact that his mother is dead. I'm not sure why Ichigo is blaming himself anymore, because clearly it was, you know, Grand Fisher's fault that this all happened, you know, about Grand Fisher, and that's what happened. So, you know, it's not really Ichigo's fault anymore, so I'm not sure why he's blaming himself anymore, but it seems like, oh, how could I blame him? If I did, Masaki would never forgive me, you know? And then he starts to make his leave, and he's like, Ichigo, just remain strong, and don't be so sad all the bloody time. You're too young to have such a heavy burden on your shoulders. I'll be waiting for you back at home, you know? And nice that he makes his leave. Ichigo kind of realizes that Rukia is standing nearby and like, hey Rukia, you let me be a soul reaper for just a bit longer. I need to become stronger. I need to be strong enough to kill this Grand Fisher guy and to finally avenge my mother. And this is when the episode ends. Yeah, admittedly, it felt like another kind of short episode. I kind of wondering why they couldn't have just crammed this in this episode and last episode into one episode, because Saido, I mean, he doesn't. I'm just going to reveal now. He does nothing. He did like, yeah. What did he do? Like he saved Karin, but like, Ichigo could have just cut the tentacles and did it himself, making him a bit more badass, surviving his injuries. But yeah, like the Saido stuff could have cut out, taken off like 5-10 minutes out of the runtime, done, finished. And yeah, so I'm pretty sure they could have put the last episodes into one episode, but sure, why not? We get more Bleach, I guess, at the end of the day. But yeah, next episode, I'm gonna say next episode, because of what happens in it, I'm skipping it. And it is canon stuff. Like, okay, basically, it's an episode that I deem is completely pointless, and it also features my least favourite character in all of Bleach. And I know this is biased. I know this is completely biased of me. I shouldn't just do it just because I don't like the bloody character. But seriously, like the episode, it has no point. It has 0 point. The character that they introduced doesn't do anything much until like really far on into the series. Like towards the end is when he shows up. Even then, he doesn't do anything. So Don Kanonji, sorry, you're not appearing in these reviews until we get to the final stuff. Because I hate you. The next episode is pointless. So yeah, no episode 11 review. still getting a review tomorrow. It's just not going to be episode 11. But yeah. Until then, I've been AtheistAnime. Goodbye.